The Prince and the Prophet, Novels of Ancient Sumeria, Book 3. Written by Jesse Hudson. Narrated by Austin Van Fleet. Chapter 1. As Ammon-Shur walked slowly up and down the lines of men, women, and children for sale, he realized that the worst curse the gods can inflict on a woman is beauty. Conflict and strife follow a beautiful woman like vultures circling a corpse. In the slave markets, a beautiful slave faces only a few narrow possibilities, the best of them distasteful, the worst of them unimaginable. A little girl, perhaps 5 years old, cheeks tear-stained, an expression of bewilderment on her face at the fate that had befallen her, looked up beseechingly at Ammon. She was gaunt, her cheeks a bit sunken, and her eyes hollow with hunger, but that was such a common situation anymore that Ammon scarcely noticed. If you could overlook her malnourishment, you could see that she was beautiful. She had long, dark tresses, honey-colored almond eyes, and flawless olive skin. Enki. She reminded him of his own daughter, Sarah, at that age. As he walked past, hardening his heart against the emotional response the beautiful little face evoked, he felt the familiar, soul-wrenching pain that the arithmetic of human suffering always brought to him. Who should be saved, and who left to a horrible fate? A 5-year-old girl would take a decade or more to work off the silver Ammon would have to pay for her. A beautiful girl like this would sell for twice the price of a plain girl her same age. There were a couple of slaves further down the line. One, a woman with an injured arm who looked as if her previous master had mistreated her badly. The next, a teenage boy who bore horrendous scars, likely came from the same household. These two could be had for less than half the price of the little girl. Ammon gazed at the two blank faces, trying to gauge what type of soul hid behind the expressionless masks. Had their mistreatment made them violent and cruel? Had their spirits been broken, all volition and individuality beaten out of them? If he bought them, would they willingly stay and work off the debt of silver incurred by their rescue? Or would they flee, making it that much harder for Ammon to scrape together the silver for his next inauspicious attempt to rescue a few souls from the ever-growing mountain of human misery piled up daily by the slavers? Just beyond the two damaged slaves was a young boy, painfully thin and clearly malnourished to the brink of starvation. He looked at Ammon, and there was no hope in his eyes. There was scarcely any life left in him at all. Enki. The boy was scarcely older than Ammon's oldest son, Etana. Ammon shook his head to try to rid himself of the thought, but now his mind was stuck imagining all the horrible things the boy might yet suffer before he finally was released by death. What if it was Etana who still had to go through all of that? As Ammon considered, a cruel-looking little man, his mouth twisted in a permanent sneer, showed some interest in the pretty little girl. He lifted her chin to make her look up at him, and he made some vile, stomach-turning remark to her owner about what he would like to do with her. Trying not to react, Ammon bargained with another man for the two mistreated slaves.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?